Bar TV Sports would like to thank Top Better. Get in the game at topbetter.com.au. And Cornelia's Crump, the Bar TV Sports beverage of choice. And Rams Loans for supporting the 2016 NHRU Premiership.
Well, welcome everybody out there in Bar TV land. We're here for the semi-final, the first of the semi-final series. It is a Rams 2016 Premiership. It's going to be a big game, and no better person to be here with me, a big man, Steve Barretto. How are you?
Yeah, good, Gareth. Good to be here again, mate. And we're down at the pointy end of the season now, so it starts getting real interesting now. And spring has sprung. Beautiful day, a bit windy, but
beautiful. Look at the wind out there in the distance here at number 2 Sports Ground in Newcastle. And of course, the NHRU have taken control of number 2, and you can see all the signage around there. Brought to you, of course, by Rams, NIB and Viatech. It's going to be a big final series, starting with the P1s today. And out there, Wanderers are playing in the second grade fixture against the Hamilton side. The top grade game, though, Wanderers v Southern Beaches. It's going to be an interesting affair. Last time they met, Beaches came away with a surprise win and got them into the semis and into third spot, which everyone wrote them off at the start of the year, Steve.
Yeah, they've done pretty well this season, and you know, I know for a fact that loss will probably have done Wanderers some good, because I don't think they'll come into this match underprepared. And I think, you know, on the sheet, I think Wanderers are probably going to be favourites, but yeah, it's going to be a close game. I don't think I'd put my money on it.
Well, we talk about going into battle. There's battles all over the field here today. We'll start off with the 10s. Luke Simmons, Michael Delore. Big matchup there. Michael Delore, probably the form 5'8" in the competition, and Luke Simmons not far behind him.
Yeah, well, you know, it's the same story every week, isn't it? These guys are really the making and the breaking of a team over a season, and that's where I suppose a team like Waratahs are really going to struggle, probably come to the pointy end. But these two guys are in good form and sort of hitting their straps right at the right time, so it's going to make for an interesting matchup for sure.
A couple of late changes as the program stated. Tanner Felix was going to be starting at breakaway, but Marcus Christensen comes in to the 7th jersey. Will probably be playing in the second row, though, with Cal Groth, I would imagine, going to breakaway. And, of course, for the Southern Beaches side, Sam Moss is out. Afia comes in with Adrian Delore more than likely to shift into the outside centre.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any dramas. I think now, you know, a lot of these guys have played in different positions throughout the season, so a few late changes aren't going to make a huge difference. I suppose the big one is if you lose your playmakers and stuff like that, and you break partnerships. But I think those small changes aren't going to affect too much.
Well, the Wanderers, they've got a bit of a changed lineup to what we saw last week against the Merewether Carlton side. Emphatic victory over the Greens last week. Their front row, Leland Marshall, Ben Christensen and Dave Waller, starting with Phil Bradford under a bit of an injury crowd. He is on the bench. Be interesting to see if he is called upon. But, I mean, they don't lose anything with Ben Christensen in at hooker. Probably the best thrower in the competition anyway. Yeah,
well, he's going to be tested today with that breeze, and I would imagine the back ball might not be too many options today. But, yeah, you're right, Gareth. He's been the form thrower, and they're pretty blessed in the hooker department, Wanderers. They've got a pretty good rotating front row system there, really. They've got a wealth of talent that they can pick from, so they're pretty fortunate when it comes to that.
Yeah, so we see the end of the second grade fixture out there, and it was Wanderers coming away with that win. We mentioned off air earlier on, Steve, that Wanderers playing in the second grade fixture won't have the fresh reserves to call upon as you know, the Southern Beaches side have a full complement of fresh reserves.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing every time you come to these finals games where you don't have the seconds necessarily following on firsts, and yeah, it was something we chatted about, and I feel it probably make a big difference, and I think Wanderers made a few late tactical changes there in the second half, in the second grade game, and pulled off a few of the players that were probably going to get a run in the first grade game to try and keep them as fresh as possible. But you think Southern Beaches would definitely have the better of that.
Well, it was a tough game out there too, wasn't it, Steve? They certainly threw everything at each other, the two sides, as they come off the field now. The game breakers, I guess, for the Wanderers and Southern Beaches, Billy Coffey and Tapaki Rahui for Wanderers, two players that if they're not marked up properly, they're going to run right here today. And in saying that, Adrian Delore and probably Offia as well. We saw him. He got the Dust Hunt House man of the match last time we called their game.
Yeah, that's right. There's some. I'll be interested to see how Kevil goes at number 8. He's shifted around a bit, and number 8 I think is a pretty good position for him. And Billy Coffey's always a threat out wide. And you're dead right. Now that these pitches are slightly drier and faster, it's going to add to his potency, and I'm sure he's going to be on his game today.
Yeah, certainly. Dan Kevil, a couple of the Wanderers side, they've got suspensions affecting their side. Sherwood, the captain, is sitting the game out this week for the yellow card rule, and as is Dan Martini, who's probably the best ball runner in the competition, and he will be sorely missed. And it was going to be an interesting matchup between VAR and the young Dan Martini, but now VAR, Talaliva versus Dan Kevil, that is mouth-watering, Steve.
Yeah, I suppose the one thing Wanderers have probably need to improve on, if you're being critical, is their discipline in that regard. They've even in their emphatic win against the Greens there a week ago, they gave away 3 yellow cards, and you just hope it's not going to affect their finals run-in, because we've already seen with Dan Martin, and I think a few of the other players are close to another suspension, and you really don't want it come finals time.
No, that's right. Certainly don't. Viv Passy, speaking to him earlier on in the day, he's quietly confident about his side. Certainly, they learnt the goods in the second half. He was very disappointed with the first half they played last week, and they turned it around last week and scored 33-7 in the second half against the Greens, who are no slouches themselves.
Yeah, no, it sent a very clear message, and I'd be surprised if we don't see a good Wanderers side out here today. As I said, even though there's a few changes from last week, they're running pretty well as a squad, and you've got to have a good squad if you're going to top out this league. And
Johan Lurens as well, the coach of Southern Beaches. You've had a bit to do with him yourself, but certainly has to be in the running for that Coach of the Year award, getting the Southern Beaches side. They were pillage of players at the start of the season, and they've come out, they bound together. We see their captain, Vartaliva, leading them out on the field now, and you can see the atmosphere here. It's electric, Steve.
Yeah, it's a great day to come down and watch a rugby, and it's good to see a few people coming here and out to support their teams, and sometimes gets a bit muddled up when you've got different second grade teams and first grade teams, but a good crowd and a good day.
Yes, certainly, and the referee today will be Brendan Farrer. Good to see the young kids are getting a go for Specsavers. Of course, Specsavers doing a great job sponsoring the referees. So get in and see your local Specsavers if you want to see like a referee.
or not see like a referee. Yeah.
Depending what side of the ledger you're on, Steve.
We're waiting for Wanderers to come out now, and
I guess we're playing at number 2 Sports Ground, which is Wanderers' home ground throughout the regular season. And the crowd, it's a little disappointing, I think. I would have thought they would have got more home supporters here.
Yeah, particularly that they had second grade going as well, so that there's no excuse for that, and it can sometimes get a bit, when you've got 2 different teams playing in the second grade game, a third grade game, you don't get that consistent crowd come through from all the grades, but hopefully it's just a minor glitch.
Well, we see Simmons taking the captaincy here today, leading his side out to the middle of the park in this Rams 2016 qualifying final.
We were also chatting, Gareth, about whether it's so much of an advantage actually having that week break. I'm still a bit sus whether it is or not, and I think a good squad will come through it anyway, but I just think sometimes that week off can sometimes take the foot off the pedal.
We see the Southern Beaches side out there getting in the huddle. And the unity in this side is what's got them through this back half of the season, got them into third position. Wanderers, of course, fighting off with Hamilton for the minor premiership and finishing in second. Luke Simmons has the ball. Brendan Farrer checking with the captains as VAR Taliba takes his position at the back there, ready for the first hit up. Leading by example. Both sides evenly matched in weight and talent. And here we go, it's showtime here. It's a deep kick. It goes straight to that man, the captain, VAR Taliba, goes over his head. Coming back for Hamopo. Passing it back to Delore, and Delore plays it safe and punches it down the field, Steve.
Yeah, giving it a good low kick. I think he's trying to use that wind to good effect, and I suppose that's probably going to be key to this game at the moment with the wind handling like it is. Probably the playmaker who's got the best advantage of the wind will probably come out on top here.
Well, if you look at the touchies flag, certainly blowing as the ball comes out now. Atala gets it wide, and Christensen wasn't named to start today, but he's out there.
He's getting an early hit up anyway to suss him out.
And the penalty straight away, kicking into a very stiff breeze. Be interesting to see what Simmons does. He's going to go for goal. He was on song last week. Pretty much a perfect card apart from one penalty that he missed from halfway.
Yeah, perfect conditions, but I don't think this week he'll have it all his own way. Although this should be relatively easy. He's right in front of the post. So I would imagine it'd be nice and low and hard. Kind of like I used to kick him in my day.
The toe poker. Well, he's a very accomplished kicker. Simmons, coming from touch football, has all the skills. He's got his elbow heavily strapped, so maybe picked up a bit of an injury last week.
Any excuse to shave the hair on his arms, I'd say he's a back.
He's a wanderer. They shave their whole bodies.
A bit of manscaping. Nothing wrong with a bit of manscaping.
So here he is. Can he get the first points of the match? As the ball falls off the mount, he's going to have to get his halfback there, Zakatala. Coming in, of course, young Jack Young wasn't qualified. We've seen him playing halfback. Didn't qualify for the semis as he came back from the Manly side. And so Zakatala's come in for Sherwood today.
Yeah, I think there was Andrew Tuala, I think, was due to come back and got picked up by an NRC side as well.
Wow, he's kicking into a very heavy breeze there, and he's made no mistake. Yeah, Andrew Tuala playing, I think, for the Rams last week.
Yep.
In that Bill Corp NRC. So he's done well, playing down for the Randwick club as well.
Yeah, it's really good to see that they want to come back and play, and it's also good to see them stepping up a notch as well.
So here's Hamopo. Drills it towards the sideline. Oh, nicely taken on the far side. Comes down to Groth and almost dispossessed there. Big up in your face stuff by the Southern Beaches side, but they're coming over there and coming in from the side, coming in from everywhere.
Yeah, they're obviously out to make a point of that breakdown, Gareth. They're pretty aggressive there, but yeah, sometimes just got to be keep it in check and use the aggression in the right way, mate, and that's just giving them a little bit of a piggyback 20 metres down the field.
Well, I don't think they'll mind giving away that penalty. Sometimes they're the penalties you want to give away, just overly aggressive, sorting them out.
Yep.
So 3-0 to Wanderers is the score early on here, and here comes Simmons turning Christensen inside, now goes outside to Kevill. Good tackle around the legs on the bigger man. Here's McDonald now, the GM, taking forward. Oh, nice flick pass there. And here comes Billy Coffey. Billy Coffey, they swarm around him and they drive him backwards.
Yeah, pinball.
So Leland Marshall had a good game last week. Marshall goes back short side to McDonald, goes without it. Held back there was Delore. Going for the ball, but just a bit of gamesmanship there. Rowney McDonald and Coffey, they look like a very lethal combination if they do get going here today, Steve.
Yeah, there's certainly a fair bit of pace there, and you won't want to be giving them too much space because, they'll make you pay. And we're talking about Leyland. He's been pretty consistent all season and pretty much a stalwart there for Wanderers. He's done a good job.
Comes off the top, Hamopo, goes to Delore. Oh, nice run there. Big, hard run by Mitch Gibson, but he's turned the ball over. Here comes Waller. Doesn't offload to Christensen, takes it to ground.
Yeah, the Southern Beach is making them work at that breakdown.
Groth taking another hit up. Kevill wide off Simmons here. Here he comes. They go behind him to McDonald. McDonald steps, gets away and gets them over halfway. They'll pick and drive now. Zakatala. It's come off a Southern Beaches player. It's play on. Almost intercepted by Afia. But in the end, it's Marsh on the far side. Taken to ground. They've made some good ground on that there, the Wanderers side.
Yeah, pretty smart play from Wanderers so far. Just keeping it simple. Well, I might have spoke too soon.
The long ball by Simmons. Got taken by the wind. Picked up by the breeze. Now goes to Groth. Groth puts his head down and goes forward. Simmons now gets a ball to Rahui. Palms away from one and he's taken by Lockie Wade. 5 out. Good desperate tackle there by the fullback as Christensen's taken over the sideline.
Good scramble defence, but slightly eager by the looks of it.
Yeah, they've just given away a penalty. Maybe probably had to there.
Interesting choice here. I think might be a line out.
Yeah, I think they'll go for the line out and look to get the rolling more happening.
Yeah, might be asking a bit much for a shot at the goals there.
So the ball goes in. It's one. It's not the best ball won by the Wanderers. And the ball by Atala was terrible. But Rowney has it now. Steps off his right. Gets through. Can't get a ball away. Yes, he can. Billy Coffey coming all the way over from the far side to score the first try of the match, Steve.
Yeah, that was a pretty good result. Poor execution to begin with, but some really good speed work there from Rowney. And he made that try with a good offload as well. And Billy Coffey on hand to finish it off. Good try.
Showed a very good turn of foot there, Rowney. Didn't need to step through and get through that hole under all sorts of pressure and turned it into points there by Coffey.
Yeah, he's had some knee troubles, I know, this year, and he certainly didn't show any problem there, and good little step and good pace as well, so he looks pretty much back to full fitness.
Yeah, he was very, very quick before those knee injuries, but certainly as we look at the replay here, he gets the ball. Look at the step off the right foot and just catching the Beaches, coming across. Couldn't quite get there, and Coffey goes in for a try, and I bet you can probably put money on that. He'll probably score another one here today.
Yeah.
He looks ominous.
He's had a good season, and he works pretty hard, and he's got a good bit of pace, and he's got a good bit of body strength too to back it up. So pretty good all-round player, Billy.
Kicked and comes around and waved away. So Simmons. The score remains 8-0. Unsuccessful kick. First blemish on his record for quite some time, Simmons.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's not going to be his last one today. I think it's going to be a tough day for him.
So here's Hamopo. Drives this one deeper than the last one. Bounces over now. Southern Beaches will need to capitalise here as Groth bats it into touch. The head goes down. His teammates come around him.
Pretty tough on that. That wind, as you can see on the touch judge's flag, just picked it up and carried it there, and he was staring straight into that sun. Which,
well, he was going out on the full. Should have left it.
Yeah, tough.
Oh, they go the short, tricky one in the wind. Good option, Steve.
Yep.
So here's Vartaleva. He's calling for the ball, but the ball's not coming out. They pick and drive. The Wanderers coming over.
They'll be turned over.
Yeah, good counter-rucking by the two Blues. But the kick to get them out of trouble.
A bit rushed.
Put them more into trouble. Really?
Yeah, it's like giving them another shot.
Coming off the top. Oh, the prop forward there jumped. Vartalieva takes it forward. You don't see that too often.
No.
As they go back short side, Hamopo. Got a lovely set of hands, Hamopo. As they drive forward. Just happy to control possession here, close to the line. They'll have to watch for a turnover. Wanderers not committing.
Got to watch that offside line there, Wanderers. They're pretty close.
Yeah, they're certainly not erring on the side of caution there, as they're very close to Southern Beaches' side. Inside ball.
Yep.
And that's a try. The Southern Beaches go over for their first.
Nice.
Very, very good try by McLean.
Nice little George Gregan move there with the half-back back inside ball, and found a runner, and bit of pace, and no one was going to stop him under the posts.
So Tim Posey that was. I think I said McLean. Shaved his hair just for the semi-finals, and he looks the part. Yeah, nice little move there. The inside ball by Hamopo. Drew them across. They're saying it's not a try, the Wanderers, but certainly was from here.
Yeah, you'll always get some people trying to ref.
8-5 the score. Easy kick for Delore.
Yeah, the Wanderers would be pretty disappointed with that. That's the first time Beaches have been in their half, and they've come away with the converted try. And, yeah, it doesn't say too much about their defensive effort at the moment.
Certainly doesn't. So the score now 7-8. Beaches are right back in this, Steve.
Yeah, they're one thing you got to worry about is getting their tails up. Once they get their tails up, they're going to be a tough side to beat. They've got some big runners and some pretty good players, and with Mike Delore at fly half, he controls things pretty well. So Wanderers have got to be very wary here.
Here's Posey. Had the jink in his run. Vartalieva putting his head. Oh, he goes without the ball. Penalty though.
Yeah, I think they've just been encroaching on that offside line a bit too much, and I think they've finally crossed that line.
If you look out there, there's a very good bit of niggle going on between Ben Ham and Vartalieva. Ben Ham, you can see him out there. He's having a chat.
Bit of Shane Warne,
bit of tough guy,
Hughes.
bit of tough guy talk, they call it.
Yeah.
That's kicked. That Breeze took that almost into number 2 and scored a goal in the AFL Grand Final. That's how stiff the Breeze is here.
Yeah.
So here's Watini with the ball. They go up. Rickard again, jumping for the ball. Oh, nice tackle there. That's a very, very good shot. And this is a good run.
That's a good run.
That was Rickard there. As Delore dummies, shapes to pass, and he's caught short there. He's running out of options as Hamopo takes it forward. Plenty of brothers in this Southern Beaches side. There's 2 sets of brothers, the Hamopos and the Delores. A third of the team.
Nice to play with your brother.
Yeah, well, they drive on there, the Beaches. They're making pretty easy ground when they do the tough stuff up the middle, Steve.
Yeah, they've got some big boys, and as we were saying earlier, Gareth, they've got to really front up their Wanderers and can't be giving them away too many easy metres. Doing some good work, Southern Beaches, some good low, hard leg drives, and it's they're reaping a fair bit of a reward there each time. Oh, there we go.
Look at that. Was that Ben Ham or Cow Groth? It was Cow Groth coming through. Great body height.
That's how you do it.
But the Beaches, they'll reset. Picking and driving. And that's going to be a penalty. Southern Beaches draw the penalty. And you think they'll probably go for the line out here, Steve?
Yeah, I think so. And you know, the one criticism we did have of Wanderers last week when they played the Greens was their discipline, and it's going to have to be something they're going to be very wary of, because getting closer and closer to finals, it's going to start hurting them more and more, and they're going to have to be on their game here now with 5 metres out. I fancy there's going to be a few more pick and drives.
Well, it's been a very tight affair, hasn't it? The Southern Beaches side, they're just winning the battle of attrition here at the moment.
Yeah,
it goes to the back, and Kevil gets up, and it's won by the two Blues. So the two Blues, they'll probably look to consolidate the ball by Christensen there, picking and driving, just getting a bit more space to ready for the kick as Waller takes one this time. They're very close to their own line. They're going to have to watch out here, the two Blues.
Yeah.
But that's a penalty, and that is a big pressure reliever for the Wanderers side.
Yeah, they're a bit fortunate there. It was a bit of a brave call, that line out to go to the back. I would have thought that two ball was working pretty well, and I would have thought that would have been a far safer call. But yeah, they were pretty fortunate there, Wanderers, that the Beaches didn't manage to get their hands on that ball.
The ball kicked into touch just over the 22. So the ball, Christensen goes flat to the front. Ben Ham can't control it, but the Wanderers come up with it. Zakatala just calling his players in. He's controlling the game well for a makeshift halfback, Zakatala.
Yeah, he's got the natural gift, doesn't he? And most of it's in the gab, so most of the little fellas have the loudest voices.
The yappy ones.
The chihuahuas.
So this will be a scrum we haven't seen. I think this is the first scrum, Steve.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And
so 16 minutes down, and we see our first scrum here today. I'm excited, Steve.
Yeah. It's always a good time, Gareth. Always a good time.
And you can see the two packs squaring off there on the Bar TV screens. Of course, Bar TV brought to you this year by Top Better. Get in the game with Top Better. So coming up, Hamopo looking for the quick one.
Yeah, they'll be trying to get one over each other here. I think, as you said, Gareth, first scrum, so wanted to, big themselves up.
8-7 the score. The packs coming together. It's interesting to see how both these sides play. Obviously, Todd Loudon having a big influence on both side structures over the last couple of years. And you can see Southern Beaches, certainly when they play possession, they look pretty good, don't they? As Vartalieva picks it off the back, Hamopo knocks it on. That's a mistake they did not need. Yeah. And Wanderers are back on their tiptoes.
Yeah, that was a scrappy ball all round, and Wanderers have forced that mistake and turned it over. But it'd be interesting to see now the Southern Beaches go on the attack here in the scrum and see if they can do the same. A fair few of these players have had a bit to do with Todd, and I suppose Todd, he's always about playing smarter rather than harder. Play to your strengths sometimes and suss out the other team's weaknesses and try and exploit it. So, yeah, I think both sides are showing good signs of that. I think Southern Beaches are probably doing it better at the moment with the close-in stuff and realise that there might be a bit of an opportunity there.
So Zakatala has the ball. 25 out from their own line, and they look set to get rid of the ball. Comes at the back, but the scrum goes down.
They went down pretty quick. I think it was a loss of
loss of footing there. I don't think there was anything untoward by either party.
See, Dave Waller's got the 3 jersey on, but playing at loosehead, so
Big Leland Marshall, he's drawn the short straw.
Well, I think the number 1 jersey might be the 4XL and the 3 might be the 3XL.
What would you prefer, tight or loose?
Tight end, I think.
Feel more comfortable in there, don't you? You just
Yeah.
feel a bit more cosy locked in.
A bit more snug. A bit more man-loving going on.
You see Brendan Farrer, he's controlling the game pretty well. One of these great young Specsavers referees coming through the ranks here in the NHRU. The Rams NHRU, sorry.
Yeah, it's good to see young refs, and it's a thankless job, as we all know, and they cop a lot of criticism here from players and the crowd, and I don't believe they purposely go out to make mistakes, but at the end of the day, they are human, so I think...
Are they human? That's the thing. Are they human, Steve?
Sometimes wonder, if I'm honest. And I'm not, I'm talking off my soapbox here as well. I might have been the worst, one of the worst exponents of it.
So here we go. They're taking a little bit of time to get set here. The crowd is restless. It's actually filled up over the course of the match. Tight head there, and ball goes wide straight away. Delore, no, it was Mitch Gibson. He runs it hard, and here comes Lanzini.
Yeah, he's a big lump.
They missed him through the first part of the season, but he certainly played himself back into fitness as Watini picks and drives. And they go again. Playing a good game, Tim Posey. They're big bodies now, getting in, doing the tough stuff.
Yeah, they're making some yards there. You know, Wanderers are going to have to shore up that pillar post defence if they're going to try and make a dent in here.
Well, it's almost as if they've caught the Wanderers by surprise with the game plan they've come out here today. We normally see the Southern Beaches side throw the ball around a little bit. As the ball now comes to Delore. Oh, nice little ball to Ofia. Ofia gets away from one, steps inside, and it's called back. Wow.
Oh, missed that.
We may get a replay on that. It's going to be a penalty. It's called back for a penalty. But Ofia, he's dangerous. He was actually dropped for the game, but come back in as Sam Moss has been replaced.
Yeah, he's a dangerous player, and I am a bit surprised to hear that because he as you can see,
he's got plenty of aggression, hasn't he?
He's got a bit of fire in his belly,
for a winger,
for sure.
Back in your day, you wouldn't see a winger taking on a prop forward, would you?
No, mate, no, not.
Where's the respect, Steve?
Certainly not within close quarters. If you had a bit of running start, maybe. There must have been a little sneaky knock-on in there somewhere.
Yeah, so they've taken the scrum, have they? It wasn't a penalty.
Yeah.
Is that what's happened? A knock-on. Picked up off the back. Here's Ofia. He'll get another shot at it. This time he's wrapped up by Groth, and Groth gets over the ball nicely. Vartaliva, he's on the spot, has to pick up under all sorts of pressure. And that's a knock-on.
Yeah, pretty good defence there. They forced that error again, and good tackle there from Groth too, smothering Varn, killing that move pretty quick. He's up on his feet pretty quick too, competing for that ball.
Yeah, he certainly was.
He was under a bit of a suspension cloud earlier this season, I think, earlier this week, sorry. He been cited for a high tackle, but managed to get it downgraded to on-field penalty, which it was.
In any case, another scrum in the game. It's still in the balance, but it's hit a bit of a lull, even though Southern Beaches have been attacking the line.
Yeah, just a few little unforced errors coming in from both sides. And, yeah, as you said, Gareth, it's only since we started scrumming that the game's gone into a lull. I don't know what that's about.
Oh, that's a penalty. Brendan Farrer certainly making his voice and whistle known here today.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's ruled there. There must have been, I think it was a quick wheel in the scrum, but bit of a get-out-of-jail card there from Wanderers.
The old whip wheel. Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah. I like the old days, Gareth. It was the first one formed up, ready to go, could initiate the scrum. The ref just stayed well out of it.
So here's Christensen with the throw. The Wanderers have a chance to attack now. Comes off the top. Simmons gets it. Goes to Kevill. Kevill taken nicely again around the bootlaces. Good defending by Delore.
Oh.
Simmons gets away from Mitchell Gibson there.
Again, Southern Beach is competing hard at that breakdown.
Here's Battolina, the Argentinian. Big shout out to his family watching over in Argentina.
Oh.
As Rahui drops the ball. Interesting story about Ignacio Battolina. He's obviously Argentinian. His family tunes in. He's going over there with a few of the Wanderers guys next year for his buck show.
Ah, very good. Argentina's a good, lovely, beautiful country.
One
and
of the best ever.
Yeah, it's a good spot to visit, and as a rugby team, it's a great place, and I'm sure they'll have a bit of fun over there for sure.
Well, if there's any Argentinian rugby clubs listening in over there and they want Bar TV to come over and cover some games, we'd happily oblige, wouldn't we, Steve?
Business class flights, but I don't fit in those economy seats.
I'd get in economy. I'll forego my ticket. So here we go, midfield scrum. How exciting is this? Look at the contest there. Southern Beaches victors that time as Vartaliva. So strong. Oh, yeah. He's going to have to let go of the ball.
Oh, he did. Lucky
He got away with that one, really, didn't he? As Posey now will take the hit up. Hamopo was taken off the ball. They'll have to pick and drive here, the Beaches, as Hamopo gets back to his feet, calling his forwards in. So that's a penalty. Do they try for points here?
Yeah, they let themselves down there a little bit there. Beaches not committing enough numbers to those rucks, and a couple of times nearly turned over the ball. They'll want to make a point of that.
Well, Farah just having a bit of a chat to Simmons.
Oh, and Dan Kevill's been called up.
Didn't see the... Oh, it's a red card!
Red card.
Can you believe it? We might try and get a replay on that. He's been sent from the field. He shakes his head. And I don't know if we captured what he did, but it was something, I think, off the ball on the halfback, Hamopo. As we go to the replay here, just try and see. Here's Kevill to the left of the screen. I think it was for maybe it was from an indiscretion a little bit earlier than that, but I can't see what he did wrong there.
No.
All he did was tackle. And if tackling has been taken out of the great game of rugby here at number 2 Sports Ground for the semi-final, I'm not here.
Yeah, I think we're in trouble.
So Southern Beaches, they come up with it. They're attacking the line. They've got the one-man advantage now for the rest of the game. Poesi, he's close. He's pulled up short. Great defence. A little bit of room on the short side there, but they readjust the Wanderers as they pick and drive again. It's ugly, but it's working, and it's held up.
That's what we were talking about, wasn't it, Gareth? Just Wanderers' discipline, I think, is letting them down this season. I'll be interested to know how many red cards and yellow cards they've incurred this season, because I'm sure it's a fair bit.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And they're a team, that prides themselves over the last couple of years on discipline and structure, but this year we've seen so many yellows and reds, suspensions. It's just not what we're used to with the two Blues.
No, and they're still here where they are, but you just hope it's not going to affect further down the track.
So the man advantage in the scrum. Be interested to see how the two Blues hold this one up.
Dave Waller's got Billy Coffey on his bum, so he'll have a nice little extra shove there, I'd say.
He's probably better at pushing than all of them, Billy Coffey.
Yeah.
He's a power pack. Oh, nice little move, Delore. Andrew Delore it was. They need to get the ball wide. They do. Michael Delore goes wide. Afia's going to go over. What a ball. What a try. And the Beaches are in.
Yeah, beautiful, well-worked try and really good system there. Nice, clean ruck ball and good hands out to the wing and a great try.
Yeah, good speed, good execution there. Summed it up well. Adrian Delore playing in the 11 jerseys. We almost get attacked by a magpie in the commentary box.
Swooping season.
It is swooping season, isn't it? You'll have to get an ice cream bucket as we go down to the replay. Look at the ball there from Adrian Delore to Afia. What a ball and a great try in the corner. That's a winger's try, Steve.
That was a beautiful try. It's all well executed, as you said, Gareth. Beautiful passing, and they've come away with points, which is important as well. They'll these last 10 minutes, I really think they need to make a big effort to get another try in here with the breeze and a man down. So really put Wanderers under pressure.
Hamopo there to hold the ball. A little bit off-putting for the kicker, but such is the breeze.
Yeah,
that's what needs to be done.
He's got his work cut out to get this kick. I think it's really bad in that corner.
Wouldn't it be funny if he kicked his head? See his head go sailing over the black dot. Comes in and, not going to have the distance there. An ugly-looking kick, really. From the sideline, it was a tough one. Had the breeze behind him. Score remains. Beaches 12, Wanderers 8.
Yeah, I think we've got a game here, Gareth.
Well, what can the two Blues home do at home? Simmons has the ball for the restart. They'll probably look to kick deep and play into the corner. And they do. Oh, a bit of confusion there. Hamopo gets the ball in the boot.
That's a great return kick.
I tell you what, he was playing reserve grade at the start of the year, and he's probably one of the most improved players in this Rams 2016 Premiership.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Gareth. That just shows you cool, calm head, great catch, and a great kick. It's got them back into Wanderers' half.
He's got a really lovely set of hands, good speedy delivery, and that's a poor throw from the two Blues. Talieva takes it forward. Here come the Beaches again. Michael Delore goes wide. Misses his brother Adrian, finds Andrew Delore, has Adrian Delore on the outside, kicking in field. Lockie Wade, does it bounce up for him? No, it doesn't. Zakatala saves the day.
Whew. Great play there from Beaches and some great innovative rugby in the crossfield kick and very close to coming off. I think Wanderers are minus their enforcer now with Dan Keviloff.
Well, Brendan Farrer is having a chat here to the touch judge. If we may be able to get a replay on the play there.
Yep.
Push forward, brought in by the Wanderers. So it's going to be a scrum. We'll have a look here. It was great. Great interchange of play by brothers Delore inside. Lockie Wade almost got there. Michael Delore almost got there.
Yeah, I think
that's interesting.
Yeah, that was a close call. He actually might have been better off positioned to actually make that call.
Well, the Specsavers referees don't get it wrong too often, even when they are wearing bifocals. And Brendan Farrer, rated as the second best referee in Newcastle at the moment, behind, I guess, Jared Logan.
Yep. I'm sure Jared will be in action tomorrow for the other semi-final.
Yeah, he'll be doing the main game. Of course, he's an old Southern Beaches player as well.
Yeah, I've often
has a lovely mother, actually. His mother always has a lovely chat to us and loves Bar TV.
seen him down there with his kids. I think his kids play junior rugby down there.
He's got about 16 kids. And he looks like he's 12.
Yeah, got to
In any case,
sharing towels.
doing a great job, the Specsavers referees. Let's get back to the action. Of course, the Rams 2016 Premiership, also brought to you by NIB and Viatech. Get to the game, get to number 2 Sports Ground for the big game tomorrow as well. Waratah versus Merewether Carlton, the grudge match.
Yeah, it's going
Plenty
to
of
be
hate in that one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the Waratahs go without their playmaker. And, they silenced a few critics, I think, last week with a good win, but might be a different story against the Greens tomorrow.
Well, one thing we do know, the Greens second grade had the week off. Their third grade play today. So the second grade minor premiers. So they'll have, both sides will have a full complement on the bench. And it should be interesting.
Yep. Yeah, it's a big part of today's game, isn't it? The impact off the bench, and yeah, we were chatting about it earlier with Southern Beaches might have the advantage there.
Oh, good scrum again, just holding the ball at the back. Yep. Oh, goes the wrong way, Vartaleva, but he'll take it himself. He's close, he's over! Good try! Had nothing to do in the end.
Yeah.
He made it hard for himself, but he got there and got over. And that's a good number 8 try, Steve.
Yeah, I think he might have dummied the Wanderers players and thinking they were going to the left there, but then came back around and they kind of didn't expect it. So bit of an unusual try, but I'm sure he'll take it.
Well, the gap opened up, and the Wanderers, they look not defeated, but they look disheveled.
Certainly do, and I think it's starting to wear them down. All this close in rucking and mauling that Southern Beaches are doing, it's starting to pay off, and some pretty clever tactics, I think, there from Johan, who obviously coaches them. And
well, Ben Hand there, he was sold the dummy. You see big Matt Lanzini getting in his face, telling him all about it, letting through. He went that a little bit too far, caught on the wrong foot, and just couldn't get to lever. And the captain scores a try, and that is converted.
I think it surprised VAR more than anyone.
So the score now 19-8. We've got 4 minutes remaining in the half, and it's lit up in the last 10 or so minutes, Steve.
Yeah, it certainly has, and Southern Beaches obviously will have a different half next half. They'll be playing with the breeze. It'll be interesting to see if they... they'll be playing into the breeze. It'll be interesting to see if they change up their game at all, but... I think their first aim is not to give away too many points here now in this last 4 minutes.
Oh, that's a nice kick by Simmons, trying to get possession back, but Southern Beaches do well to get it, and Hamopo with a nice little box kick over the top. Here's Marsh. We know he's quick, scored some scorches last week, as is this man, Rowney. Looking for a gap, doesn't find it. Good chase by the Beaches side. Counter-rucking now.
Yeah, they make them work every time they go into contact.
That's better stuff by the two Blues. Billy Coffey trying to lift his side here, coming into half-time.
Clever
Kicks
play.
over the top. Nice little kick there by a tail. It'll pop up for a Fia. Gets it to Lockie Wade. Wrong foots. Everybody there.
Oy.
Inside ball. And that's 5 metres forward. And that is a big, big shot as well. And Brendan Farrer is going to have something to say with that. It's all erupting out there. Fia's on the ground. That was a big hit on Parisi by Dave Waller. Came across on the blind side and absolutely rocked him. And I don't think there was much wrong with that, Steve.
No, I don't think there was either. I mean, I know he's still down, but I think it's the way he's hit the ground. And, yeah, it'd be interesting to see the replay and see if there was much wrong with it.
He's in a bit of trouble. He did get him on the blind side there, so that's what made it probably look worse. As we go to the replay here, the kick over the top of it was a good one, but it just bounced up for a Fia. And Lockie Wade, look at the speed. He outdid Marsh there, and that ball's about 10 metres forward in any case, but he's going to get him for a shoulder charge there. Unlucky, it was just the impact. Couldn't get his arms around quick enough.
Yeah, I feel a bit sorry for them because it is hard to get your shoulder back and around, but nothing too malicious in that, I don't think, Gareth.
Well, he's been one of their best too, Posey. He's been very good. It all erupted out there as we see Farah having a chat now to the captain. He might find his winger might spend some time in the sin bin or even repay the red card favour. Nothing happened there, so...
Pretty fortunate. He came from a fair distance out to get involved, and pretty fortunate. I think he's lucky he didn't throw any haymakers. Gareth might have been the only thing that saved him there.
He's a wild man, isn't he, Afia? he just looks wild.
I was going to say, he looks wild as well. Yeah, he looks a bit weary on his feet.
So that's going to be a Wanderers penalty. Third man in.
Yeah, I'd like to. I think that's a fair call, Gareth. I think possibly he could have got Waller on a shoulder charge, but I think...
What was the penalty for? Intentionally forward pass? Is that what it was for?
I think the penalty's from Afia coming in as a third man.
Third man in. What a rubbish rule. As Rahui has it now. Goes behind McDonald. Marsh comes around. They're up in their face. Good defence. Andrew Delore. Rahui. Forced to do the stuff. His forwards just didn't get there. And now they're here. And now they're going to have a go at picking and driving up the field. As we see them all come in there for some action. Leland Marshall. Atala, nice ball to Waller. Waller pops it up to Coffey. Coffey. Oh, nicely won there by Hamopo. May have knocked on. Picked up by Batalina. Gets the ball to McDonald. Oh, coming across. Hit. Nice tackle. Touch judge flag stays down. Waller has it now. Supported by Marshall. Billy Coffey looking for a run. Benham gets it. Sets the play nicely. Here comes Coffey. He's taken, though, by some good Beaches defence. They're scrambling now. Gets the ball on the toe, on the foot. Over the touchline. No, it's not. It stays in. Lockie Wade. He's taken out. The ball's still in play. Rahui comes across, and the ball goes out. What about that, Steve?
Wow. Jeez, a few... some good play there, and I think the touch judge, everyone thought that ball was heading out, and touch judge had his flag half in the air and then realised his mistake.
Well, Lockie Wade, testament to how good he is playing at the moment. Adrian Delore probably the preferred fullback, but shifted to the outside centre position since he's come back from that injury, as McDonald takes that one forward. Good skill shown there. Simmons calling for it. It's scrappy ball, Atala. Nice run. Now Ham will pick and drive.
Yep.
Playing advantage was he inside to Coffey. Oh, Lanzini pulls off a special.
Well,
Rahui dummies. Here they come now. Rowney inside ball to Marsh. Taken down. This is good, desperate stuff by the Southern Beaches side.
Yeah, they've turned it over here, Gareth.
No, they haven't. Zach Atala has it. But that is going to be a penalty, and that's a big let-off. It might even be half-time, Steve.
Yeah, I think so. And, Wanderers always look dangerous when they swing it out wide. I think that would certainly be something I'd be saying to the boys. Get the ball out wide, stretch these big Southern Beaches forwards around the park and try and tire them out. Because I think the in-close stuff, I think Southern Beaches are certainly on the front foot at this stage.
And that is going to be half-time. What a half it was. Southern Beaches, 19-8. The big news out of the half. Dan Cavill off with a red card. So coming into half-time for the Rams, 2016 final series. It's been a pretty good half, Steve.
Yeah, it makes for a good second half, I'm telling you.
We're going to take a quick break now and come back with all the action for the second half.
Bar TV Sports would like to thank Top Better. Get in the game at topbetter.com.au. And Cornelia's Crump, the Bar TV Sports beverage of choice. And Rams Loans for supporting the 2016 NHRU Premiership.
Well, we're back, everybody, for this Rams 2016 final series match. It's the first day of the final series, and it's thrown up a wild one here. It's all happened. We've had everything in this first half of action between the Wanderers coming in as out-and-out favourites against Southern Beaches, but they're behind on the scoreboard at the moment. 19-8. They're a man down for the rest of the game, with Dan Kevill being the man to come from the field with a result of foul play.
Yeah, it's just as well we had that break, Gareth. I've only just got my breath back. That was pretty good first half of footy, and the Southern Beaches have certainly laid the marker down and laid down their claims for this 2016 comp. So it'll be interesting now, though, to see how they play. If there's any different tactics going into this wind, and if likewise Wanderers can take advantage of the breeze.
Well, Brendan Farage is indicating to Simmons there he's ready to go. So here we go, second half of action, and it's on here at number 2. The ball kicked deep downfield as Rahui juggles it, and it goes to Batalina. He winds up. Big run by the Wanderers lock. Picked and drive by Billy Coffey, almost getting through. Loses the ball. And that ball is cleaned up by McDonald. There's no chase from the Southern Beaches. So the space opens up for McDonald. As he's turned over, little knock on, I thought there by Atala, but play on. As around, he is rounded up. Here comes Ben Ham. He's been solid all game.
They've come out firing, haven't they, Gareth?
Yeah, they've certainly lifted for this second half. They know how important it is to get into that game against the Hawks next week. Of course, the winner going through, loser playing the winner of tomorrow's match. Almost a shot comes off there for, was it Lanzini?
Yeah.
Little knock on there.
Yep.
So Southern Beaches, they came out firing though, the two Blues. It's certainly Viv Passy would have been in there. He's a quiet character. He's an unassuming coach, but I saw him down in the huddle and there was a rocket down there.
I'm sure there were a few choice words. Probably some we can't repeat, but good to see Wanderers spreading it just that little bit wider, getting outside of those pillar posts that Southern Beaches are really strong at, and trying to get in the big hard runners, running at their backs. And yeah, so far it's looked pretty good, but still early days.
Well, it certainly is. And a shoe malfunction there, and you can see the two Blues on the screen, they're huddled up. One thing you can't take away from this Wanderers side, they certainly play for each other. And they'll see this as a home game for themselves.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't think they'll stop coming at Beaches. And, you know, even if they were a fair bit down, they just keep coming all day.
Well, looks like we've had a change. Leland Marshall is off the field. I think Phil Bradford's come on at half-time. So the injury to Bradford, we'll see how that's tested. I believe it's a shoulder injury, so be interested to see if he still throws the lineouts.
Yeah, it's they were pretty good there for the Wanderers. They had a couple of overthrows, but nothing too major.
Afia, he's the danger man, and he's set very wide here.
Yeah, he's a firecracker.
Mitch Gibson, the odd man out there in that huddle with the Delors.
Be interesting to see if Wanderers bring on any big beef to replace Kevill shortly. Try and shore up this defensive line a bit.
I think they've brought Phil Bradford on for that very reason. He's a little bit better around the park. He can probably act as another breakaway, getting to the breakdowns. That's a short arm. So the Beaches firmly in control at scrum time with the man advantage, and Vartaliva. Good run.
Yeah, only one person who's going to take that short arm was Var.
They'll pick and drive up the field. Delors is calling for it. Has his brother Andrew Delors. Big hit
Good
midfield hit there. Cal McDonald pulling off an absolute bell ringer. There's Hamopo.
Some good counter-rucking there.
Yeah, looks like the Wanderers come up with it. Battleina, he's having a great game, but that is called a penalty, and that is an unlucky blow for the Wanderers, Steve.
Yeah, I thought it was some pretty good counter-rucking, but obviously something slightly illegal.
Offside there, maybe? Coming in from the side?
In from the side, it looks like.
Well, it's just, I don't know, I thought the ball had come out.
Yeah. Oh, Southern Beaches won't be complaining too much.
They certainly won't, and that kick into the wind gets about 30 metres.
Not a bad kick.
So Ty Watini, he's had an up and down day with his throws. This one seems to be on the mark. Yeah, it is, and Hamopo goes up for it.
Oh, good drive.
Yeah, this is a good rolling maul here. They've set up nicely. The Beaches side, don't know if they'll get all the way to the try line, but certainly they've made an easy 10 metres there as Bradford trying to get his arm in. They break free. Oh, they're still going. This is good stuff. This is good structured play by Beaches. Calling for it now is the back line. Oh, it's been dropped there.
Yeah.
But that's going to be a penalty anyway.
Yeah, they'd worked that penalty pretty well. Really good, clever play there from Beaches. They saw Wanderers competing in the line-out, and the problem with competing at the line-out, if you don't disrupt it, leaves you open to getting driven off the ball, and it's exactly what's happened. They made an easy 20, 30 metres there.
Well, Simmons is certainly questioning referee Farah there. Just trying to get a handle on what the penalty actually was for. And they're going to take the scrum, as you would with a man up.
Yeah, it'll be interesting again to see if Wanderers put a man in the scrum or leave him out.
Well, Billy Coffey's the man that will go in, but he's taken up position directly behind the scrum.
I fancy VAR might be licking his lips here a bit again. Might have a bit of a strong run and then release some of the back line here after a hit up.
Well, it's a nice little blind side there as well. A little short side play might be on here.
Yeah. Options everywhere.
More options than a great scrum there. Yeah, great scrum by the two Blues up against it, and they drive the Beaches back. So they'll have to reset here, Southern Beaches. Goes back towards Vartaleva. He's done well. So they'll pick and drive again. It's almost as if the Wanderers are playing what the Wanderers play. Southern Beach is borrowing heavily from this Wanderers game plan of possession-based rugby and doing a great job at it too as they pick and drive forward. Made about 10 metres of...
And it goes out. Then
short ball there to Lockie Wade. Lockie Wade pops it over the
offload,
top. Michael Delore is in for a try. Wow.
Yeah, that was great play. That was all made there from the offload and some pretty smart play. They saw there was numbers there and Wanderers were scrambling around, but sometimes when you're scrambling around too hard, you're leaving space back on the inside, and I think that's exactly what's happened there.
Well, I don't know if it was a pass or it just popped out, but whatever it was, Michael Delore was there to collect.
I'm sure he'll tell you it was a pass. Yeah, ominous signs here for Wanderers. They'll be scratching their heads and looking to someone to pull them together and get back into this game, because with a half an hour left, there's not a lot of time with this stiff breeze.
So we'll see the replay here. Mitch Gibson did well coming around, and Lockie Wade just kind of throws the ball over the top, basketball pop style. But it did the job.
Watching the Boomers. And he's given him a good shot at this conversion as well. So wow, and haven't Southern Beaches sent a message?
Haven't they what? They certainly are playing with mountains of confidence.
I saw Bubba Coleman walking past. I'm sure you'll be watching this with some interest.
Oh, he certainly will. And for the other teams of this semi-final series, they've laid a pretty good blueprint here, Southern Beaches, on how to beat this Wanderers side. Ball comes to Watini. He'll pass the ball. Oh, that's a dangerous, silly play. Wow. Oh, the ball almost pops up into McDonald's hands. But Vartaleva strong with the carry. But he's lost the ball, has he? No, he hasn't. Hamopo. Delore, Michael. Christensen wraps him up.
He scragged him.
Hamopo looking for some clearance there. Oh, charged out, and here comes Tanner Felix. Lockie Wade cleans it up. Loses the ball, taken into the in goal. He gets away with it.
Oof. Poor option there on the kick. He didn't give himself any space.
Yeah, it was too long with the delivery. We were talking about how quick he is with his execution, Hamopo, on that occasion. But he looks slower than an old age pensioner, mate.
Yeah, he did, and all he really needs to do is take a couple of steps back, and then also the projection of the kick was way too low. It's given Wanderers a sniff of a try here, and interesting to see what they do. I fancy they might give Billy Coffey a bit of one-on-one here on the left.
Yeah, they're very condensed, aren't they, the Southern Beaches defence?
Yeah.
Billy Coffey certainly the danger man, as is Rahui on the other side, so they haven't stacked the side favourably, I guess. Good scrumming by the two Blues. They're up against it.
Yep.
They're a man down, but yet still the Southern Beaches scrum is just struggling to find its footing here.
Yeah, they might be just trying to play a little bit of silly buggers and mind games, and might be letting Wanderers get a little bit of a shove on, bring it down, and get that restart going again.
Of course, Bar TV bringing you all the live sport action across Newcastle, Illawarra, and the entire country. Like us on Facebook, YouTube, and of course Twitter. Get in the game with Bar TV Sports. And of course our partner Top Better as the ball comes out now. Billy Coffey one-on-one. And it's really well done. Driven towards the sideline. And he's going to be held up. And that's a penalty.
Probably the wheeled scrum, was it?
Yeah, I think it was. The scrum went wheeling away, but they're going to have to look for points here, the two Blues.
Tap and go. Bit high there in the contact.
Yeah, a little bit too high going for the line here, but trouble inside to Christensen. Stopped in his tracks.
Good defence. Great hit.
Close on that far side. Battleina it was. Oh, going for the line there and almost over. The Beaches, they're putting bodies in front, and that's going to be held up.
Yeah, they're certainly defending that close-in stuff a lot better than Wanderers, and just throwing their bodies into it a bit more.
Yeah, certainly seeming like they are here to play today.
Yeah, for sure. They've really turned up, and I suppose it probably doesn't help that Wanderers are a big man down as well. As I said, Kevill tends to be a bit of an enforcer for them, so he'd be sorely missed at the moment out there.
Yeah, certainly, and they are definitely missing the ball running of Martini and the defence as well from Martini. Very good hitter. They just have lacked that impact in defence here today, I think, the two Blues.
Yeah, their defensive rucking hasn't been overly impressive either. They're pretty happy to let Southern Beaches win quick, easy ball rather than competing.
Well, Billy Coffey's coming towards the blind side.
Oh.
It's read nicely.
Oh.
And putting himself under pressure there, Atala. Billy Coffey confused everybody but himself there. As he picks up now, he's going to get over, is he? Yes, he is. Billy Coffey for his second. Good try. Saw the opportunity. It opened up. And like all good finishers, he went over the line, Steve.
Yeah, Billy Wiz, he'd wound up there, and I don't think much was going to stop him. I would have thought they would have kept that ball in the scrum. It looked like they were going to head over for a pushover try, but same result in the end, I suppose. And he's got a bit of a difficult kick here to get the 7 points, because every point's now going to count for the Wanderers.
Well, they've got themselves back into the game anyway, at the very least, and through a lot of pressure down this 22. It's hard to get out with this breeze. It had to come, though, as Vartaliva, he had a bit of a chat there to the referee. I think it was for sticking his foot out there, maybe. But Billy Coffey doing a great job.
He's
scoring a try.
He's great at that in close stuff, and he's so powerful that unless you take him down straight away, he's good for another 3, 4, 5 metres after he's made contact.
$15 gone in the half.
There's still time here for Wanderers.
Simmons drives it towards the goalpost and not successful. Mustn't have his magic boots on today, Steve.
I might have borrowed them.
For your dancing. So Beaches just taking their time to come back now, soaking up every little second. They know it'll be an easier path to the grand final if they win this match. As that ball bounces over the top, Atala kicks to open space, and Rowney's coming through on it. But Vartalev is there, running straight at Ben Ham. What a matchup that's been today. Popping to Lanzini. Bit of rivals.
That's good counter-rucking there from Wanderers, and that's really what they need to do more of.
Yes, certainly. They come up with a ball. Waller, he's met with some stiff defence. Posey lead him up. Simmons now. They're playing like they did last week, just punching it into the corners, making it really difficult now for this Beaches side to come out. There's Delore. Pops it to Lockie Wade. The mistakes are plenty out there for the Beaches as they start to panic now, Steve.
Mate, it's like someone just told them what to do, and perfect from Wanderers. Good counter-rucking. Pin the ball back down, make Southern Beaches play out of their 22 and force the errors, which is exactly what's happened.
Just panicking there in the back line and kicking out and not finding anything on the kick there from Afia. So it'll be a good chance now for the two Blues to make an impact and an attack. Comes off the top from Groth, goes to Rahui. He'll dummy, get his arm out, but he won't get away from Michael Delore. Big spaces open up for Atala as Groth takes a hit up. Here's McDonald going behind to Rahui. Rahui stepping, jinking, weaving, rolling even up towards about 15 out. Here's Tanner Felix. Good leg drive.
Good run there.
Zach Atala's taken by his opposite number as they drive on now, the two Blues coming over there. Gibson. They're close and they're going to be over, are they? He just had to get quick ball then. He's going to be... Yeah, he's got the try.
Yeah, really
Big Dave Waller.
They've really switched it on. Well done, Captain Risky. It was a good try.
It was a good try, well worked.
Good to see the
He's a Bar TV favourite as well, Dave Waller. So they're back in this now, the Wanderers.
Wow.
Way back in it.
What a difference 5 minutes makes. And, yeah, mate, again, just saying how Wanderers just decided playing that little bit smarter.
As McDonald's having a chat now to Farah.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a few changes coming in from Southern Beaches and possibly Wanderers as well.
It'll be interesting to see how both sides use their bench. The Wanderers bench is very, very strong. Southern Beaches probably not as strong. Probably haven't got the depth of the two Blues, Steve.
No, definitely not. But I suppose where they might have the advantage, they'll be a bit fresher.
It looks like Ossel may be coming on.
Important kick here to get them to within a try.
So Simmons hits it. Oh, that is not his best effort of his career.
No.
He shakes his head.
Something's going on here.
Yeah, both captains. Farah just trying to control the game. He doesn't want it to blow up. There's big Posey coming from the field. (26-18). The kick would have made it easier, so now going to have to score a couple of times, Steve.
Yeah, and
there's still plenty of time. Billy Coffey with a kick. Oh, that's a
monster.
Big kick by the winger. I think we've seen him kick once in 5 years. As now Southern Beaches looking to counter-attack Afia. Oh, nice work, and Delore met with a swarm. The ball spits out. Christensen goes for it. Lockie Wade toes it forward. Oh, just picked up there. Christensen, it's on there in the middle. Ben Christensen overreacting to something. Big Matt Lanzini, he's in the thick of it. If we can get maybe a replay on that one. I'll have a chat to the touch judges and just see what went on.
I think it might have, didn't see much go on. I think it might have just been a bit of an overreaction from...
As we look at the replay here, it's in the middle there, yeah, so...
Yeah.
We see picked up there and dumped, and then Christensen returned the favour off the ball stuff.
Yeah.
Wasn't that bad, nothing in it. I think, maybe Mitch Gibson probably thought he still had the ball.
Yeah, but it has your father. It's all right.
They will be penalised for it, though, I think. Oh, and here comes Christensen. This doesn't look good for the hooker. He's reaching for the pocket. He's got the yellow card. He sliced the cheese, and Ben Christensen isn't leaving the field. Simmons trying to state his case as he comes from the field. That is an unlucky blow. The Southern Beach is singing the song to him as he leaves the field.
A bit harshly dealt there, I think. But
sitting in the naughty chair.
This could be a big turning point in this game. The Wanderers down to 13 men, so they've got it all to do now.
26-18. As you said, they have it all to do, the two Blues, and really not helping themselves with their discipline. As we said, it's been a problem for them all year. Semi-final time, it can hurt you, and it's hurting them today, Steve.
Yeah, it's proven their nemesis here today, and I think it's finally caught up with them. And it'd be interesting to see how they come out of this with, as I said, 2 men down now.
Oh, well defended by the Wanderers side. So they've gone back to picking and driving now, the Southern Beaches. This is what's worked for them all game. As they now attack the line, they're close to the 22. Almost getting through the other side, Vartaliva.
Yeah, trying to suck in all those defenders and make sure that they're staying honest. That's a mistake.
Yeah, that was taken in by Southern Beaches. And here goes the head patting. It's a bit over the top. Everyone getting a head bat from the GM.
Might like a bit of a pat in the head. Everyone used to grab my rolls at the back of my head.
Like a big pug dog, aren't you?
Instead of scrubbing me like a puppy dog.
So they're going to have to do something here with the scrum. As Christensen's come from the field, they're going to need a replacement hooker or prop forward at the very least.
Yeah, I don't think the Southern Beaches are quite aware of that. I think they haven't... Wanderers.
I don't think they've got any more prop forwards to use, to be fair. But Walsh is there. He's going to come on. They're just wondering who's going to come from the field. Marcus Christensen is the man that's going to come off. So Lanzini, I think, has gone up to the front row. Oh, sorry, Hayden Gavin's come from the field, and Wadsworth's come on the field for the Southern Beaches side. Very good play, Wadsworth. And he's probably there to close the game out. Some fresh legs at that breakaway there.
Yeah, no, I think that'll probably be the go, but seems to be a big confusion around everything, I think.
Oh, look at this scrum by Southern Beaches. They push forward, they drive forward. They're going to look to draw the penalty. Picked up at the back instead by VAR to Lever. He's got them 10 outs. But they'll pick and drive here. It's been their success here today. As they're close to the line.
Yeah, they're getting closer.
They're about 3 outs.
Forced the error.
It's going to be a Southern Beaches. Couldn't roll away. Taken in by Beaches. Scrum 5 metres out. What do you think they're going to do, Steve?
I don't know. What do you do?
Well, they're going to have to lift here. The two Blues. They're 2 men down.
Do you put the? No, you can't put the 2 backs in the scrum, and you probably can't really leave 5 or 6 men in the scrum. So, in a bit of a bind, aren't they?
I'm pretty sure it's Rook, Knight, King, checkmate.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see the scrum go over here.
Of course, our producer, Clay, big chess fan, giving me a smile there with a chess analogy.
Might be a. I might pick it now. What about a penalty try?
Ooh, push. I'm going to go for the pushover try.
Yeah, okay.
I think the Wanderers are too proud to let them draw a penalty, and they'll dig in here and give everything they can.
I think I've got to be careful of. They certainly don't want another yellow card.
Yeah, so drawing the penalty. They'll probably take the scrum again, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think so, and I think it's kind of where I was heading with the yellow card. If they're going to keep dropping it and wasting the time, I think, yeah, could very well. But you know what? That might mean uncontested scrums. So
I don't know if they can do that, can they? I guess if they don't have any recognised front rowers, they have a duty of care to look after the players. But
try all these scenarios, eh?
So here they come, the Beaches. It's not a matter of if, it's when.
Yeah, I'm sure the ref's going to have a chat here now, and I'm pretty sure he'll be laying down the law, and there won't be too many more chances here, I think.
Yeah, just taking their time, though. If they lose any more players, they'll be down to 12 players like the Waratahs second grade last week. We know how that went.
Kind of waiting with an anticipation, aren't we? Bated breath.
Taking their time to get set. Here comes the push.
I think you might have won, Gareth.
Oh, it's picked off the back. Oh, he should have gone himself. He didn't need to. Passed it. Afia scores a try, and the Beaches are jubilant here at number 2.
I think there were a number of chances there for the score. I think there was the try, and VAR. The gap was a mile wide in front of him, but maybe he just felt someone else needed to score.
Yeah, it was Hamopo that picked up from halfback, and He was over. Made it hard, but anyway, as we look at the replay here, it was a good scrum. Wanderers did well to hold it together. Picked up off the back, just came out. Yeah, the gap opened wide for him, didn't he? Amopo should have thrown the dummy and bagged one for himself.
Yeah, I think
steadies.
It's a real pity because it was turning into a good game there. Wanderers had really come back hard and it started to put together some really good passages of play, and it's a pity to see that the discipline might be costing them here.
Yeah, definitely something that Viv Passy will not be happy with, that's for sure. And you can see a few of the old boys just shaking their head here at number 2. Oh, comes around, had the fade, had the draw, had it all, and that is over.
Yeah, there's 3 scores in that now. He's made that kick, so Wanderers have got to score 3 times to get back in front here, and that's a pretty tall order with only
10 to go.
Minutes.
Kick downfield, picked up, fingertip stuff by Austell, and kicks the ball, but it goes out on the full, does it? Yes, it does, but he was in his 22, so it's all good.
Really need to get together a good passage of play here, Wanderers, and hopefully get their back to 14 men back on the field. And good catch there.
Yeah, well taken. McDonald is flat, calling for it, looking to ignite something here. We saw them last week, 13 players scoring a couple of tries against Merewether Carlton. So it's not beyond them here, the 2 Blues.
No, I suppose if one thing's come from it, they've learned to have to play with irregular numbers, and they'll be well prepared for it anyway. Oh,
Afia again over the ball. Hasn't he been good? And Hamopo been taken out the background there. Don't know if the touch judge saw it. Vartaleva slammed on his back by McDonald. Having a big day defensively, McDonald. The GM. Lanzini, he's had a good game too. Driving forward.
He has played quite well, Lanzini. He's been in everything and has worked really hard.
Benham just got a big shoulder to the face in the clean out. He's a tough customer, the kid from Scone. If anything, that will just fire him up with 10 minutes remaining.
There's no love lost out there, is there, Gareth?
Certainly not.
And we got Wanderers look like they're coming back to 14 men. So
the Christensen brothers coming back on the field as Walsh comes from the field. Goodchild comes on for halfback. Very good up-and-coming halfback, Goodchild. He's nippy. Good distribution. He's just going to probably get on there and get this game sped up again.
Yeah, it's definitely where they need to take this now for the last few minutes and really try and run Southern Beaches around and see if they can get at least a couple of scores back and try and jag something at least.
Well, this Rams 2016 Premiership.
Always hard work here for this tight end with no flanker on him, but he's done a good job to hold him at bay.
He comes out, Simmons has it. Rahui turning back on the inside, Rowney.
Good tackle.
They've been good midfield defensively. The Beaches, the ball's lost. Here's Vartaleva.
He's gone through some work today, Var.
Yeah, certainly has had a very good captain's game, led by example, as he always does. Now the ball comes back, and here he goes again. Afia. Thought he was going to pick it up there.
Oh, yeah.
Coming through on the ball. Yeah, that'll be a penalty to all. Well, Jackson McLean threw him away with total disregard.
It's kind of what they needed to do and get a bit more aggressive in that.
Oh, the quick tap's been taken, Steve. Sorry to cut you off. The Delors combine.
Oh.
Here goes Adrian Delors. We know he's quick. Here comes Marsh across the field, but he'll score.
Good try. What a great try.
Yeah, quick tap taken. The opportunity was there. The Backyard brothers came into play. They know each other's game. They've been doing it for 20-odd years and combining there. And very quick is Adrian Delors. But I tell you, Tim Marsh came across so quick. Thought he may have even got there. If there was 10 more metres, he probably would have. But unfortunately, there wasn't. And that is closing out the game here, Steve.
Yeah, that's for sure. And, Southern Beaches have really laid it down now for the rest of this comp. And they're going to be a hard act to bring down, and they're going to have to really be playing well, I think, to defeat the Southern Beaches. And that's coming off a Wanderers side that gave the Greens a bit of a thumping last week. So really impressive performance here from the Southern Beaches today.
It just goes to show how important experience is. If Sherwood's in this side today, perhaps his experience, his cool head gets them over the line. But take nothing away from Southern Beaches. They played the perfect game here.
Yeah, and they've played a smart game. And I think, credit to Johan. He's obviously knows the kind of game he wanted to play, and his players have executed it really well. So I think you've got to hand it to the tacticians from Southern Beaches. They've identified the Wanderers' possible weakness.
Well, Vartalieva, the captain, leaves the ground, gets a standing ovation as Simonovic comes on the field. Five minutes remaining here at number 2. Flat, low kick, grubbing kick, worm burner, picked up on the far side. So Wanderers have it. They haven't given up as Ham takes it forward.
Yeah, as we said earlier, Gareth, the Wanderers don't ever give up, no matter how far behind they are.
Billy Coffey shrugging off a couple, getting them to the 22. Oh, nice kick forward through there, but again, Southern Beaches scrambled. Lockie Wade gets there and boots them out of trouble. Well, their attack has been impressive today, Southern Beaches, but their scrambling defence, their will to get there and just cut things off. It's been remarkable. Yeah,
no, it has. And what I've been impressed with from Southern Beaches is they're sticking to the game plan. They've really identified it and just done it and kept with it. And it's paid dividends in the end.
Well, we haven't seen too much of them on Bar TV Sports this year, but certainly in this final series, we're going to see plenty of them. As Rahui tries to make a dent, the ball's turned over. Quick ball back. Delors puts up a high kick. Marsh comes around. Bounces everywhere. Bradford bounces off of Fia. The clash of the Titans there, Steve.
Yeah. That was a bit of fun to watch, wasn't it?
Couple of plays cramping up. There's trouble on the short side. Tim Marsh, quick, gets the ball forward. Atala's not going to get there.
Too much on it. Yeah, there's a few tired bodies out there now, as you said, Gareth. A few people, hands on the knees and cramping up. So,
well, good foresight there by the halfback Atala. He saw Afia was down with cramp and went that side where he was supposed to be on his wing and almost came up with the points.
Yeah. It's the classic coaching thing, is it? Play what's in front of you.
So here's Michael Delors with a long kick.
That's a big kick.
Putting the nail in the Wanderers' coffin, so to speak. Rahui will force to counter-attack Simmons. We know they can do it, the Wanderers. They can score points from anywhere. As Rowney takes the ball in. Would have liked to see him feed Billy Coffey there. Rahui. Turned over there. Nathan Rickard. He's had a good game. The line out jumping front row, and Andrew Delors coming through on the ball. Billy Coffey almost got his head kicked off, but here he is. He's away, getting through 3 or 4 players.
Just in the nick of time.
Gee. Oh, ball tries to bat on there. They're caught short.
Oh, yeah.
Here the Beaches. Here goes Tim Marsh. We know he's quick, and the
he's
ball
called
is
it,
called
yeah.
I just wanted to see him open up there, Marsh.
Yeah, but I think the ref's got the right call there. I think it was just slightly forward. I think you could probably make out what the crowd thought of that refereeing decision. There's a few...
Certainly the crowd to the right of us here.
Yeah. There's a few disheartened Wanderers supporters, I think, be a bit disillusioned from today.
Adrian Delors coming from the field. Socks down is his only blemish on his game. Yeah, he's had a good game. He's struggled with injury throughout the year, and certainly the combination with his brother Michael today has been second to none.
Yeah, it's I mean, rugby's a big game and combinations, isn't it? And I suppose if you've got that combination with your brother, even probably better. Might come down the left here, Gareth.
And they do. Here's Afia. Stepping, going
nice
up the
step.
middle. He's quick. Dummies. Gets away. He's elusive as well. Nice run there by Afia. He's their danger man. Lanzini. He's their battering ram. Ball comes now to Michael Delors. He steps inside.
Oh, got
Short
the space
side play here.
Oh.
Oh, big man. Here he goes. Jackson McLean.
He said he wasn't giving that ball away.
Never looked like passing. There's the ball. Sits at the back of the breakdown, and now it's picked up and making about 5 metres there. They're still going here. The Southern Beaches side there over the line. I think he got the ball down. Oh, he's got to be close. He's got it down that time. The Wanderers players, hands on their heads. Zakatala's blowing up. Everybody's upset except that Southern Beaches side, who extend their lead now.
Yeah, a bit of the icing on the cake, I think, Gareth. And let's take nothing away from Southern Beaches. They played really well, but I think Wanderers have just spent now playing most of the game with 14 men, and I think it's all just got too much for them now. But great performance. They'll be pretty chuffed with that going into the finals series. And yeah, I'm sure, as I said, Bubba Coleman would be here watching that. He'd be a bit worried now, and probably didn't expect a Southern Beaches performance like that.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody expecting this final series to be a two-horse race between Wanderers and Hamilton, but Southern Beaches have now blown the competition right open, Steve.
Yeah, and I've no doubt Wanderers will come back strong from this loss, and I'm sure they'll still be a force to reckon with, and it's not the end for them, but geez, they're going to have to play a lot better than they did today.
Ball comes in, kicks it, looks pretty good, but goes across the face. And that is full time. What a game. Southern Beaches 43, Wanderers 18. And Steve, man of the match for Dus Hunthouse.
Oh, there's a few. Afia played really well, but I think that the real hard work was done by Lanzini, and that'd be my choice. And I like to see a big guy get it. He's worked really hard all game. Yeah,
definitely. I think he is definitely out and out the standout, along with his lock partner Tim Posey.
Yep.
The only reason Tim didn't probably get it is he left the field. Matt Lanzini playing the full game, a big man, big effort, and a great game here at number 2 Sports Ground to kick off the Rams semi-final series. The final score, Beaches 43, Wanderers 18. Southern Beaches will be off to play the Hawks next week, and Wanderers will have to come here tomorrow and find out who they're going to play in Waratah v Merriweather Carlton in what's going to be a massive game on Bar TV Sports tomorrow. Tune in, same time, 3 o'clock. And it's been great having you, Steve.
Pleasure to be here, Gareth. I always enjoy it. Thanks, mate.
And we'll talk to you next time. See you tomorrow on Bar TV Sports. I'm Gareth Wozniak. Catch you next time.
Bar TV Sports would like to thank Top Better. Get in the game at topbetter.com.au. And Cornelia's Crump, the Bar TV Sports beverage of choice. And Rams Loans for supporting the 2016 NHRU Premiership.